So, good evening, everyone. It's 7 o'clock, so I'll call the annual general meeting of the Board of Education to order. First, I want to acknowledge that we are having this meeting on the traditional territory of the Lusanish people, and that the Lusanish people have lived and worked on this land since time immemorial. I'd like to welcome partner groups attending this meeting, representing COPAX, Jennifer Wanless, representing CUPE, newly elected CUPE 441 president, Francis Whitney. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Representing the Saanich Teachers Association, Don Peterson, who's joining us online, and representing school administration, Suzanne Chisholm. Welcome. First item on the agenda is adoption of the agenda. Is there a motion to adopt the agenda? Moved by McMurphy, seconded by Randall. Are there any late items or amendments to the agenda tonight? Okay, hearing none, I'll call the question. Those in favor? Opposed? Motion carried. Item 3 on the agenda is the election of the board chair for the term November 2023 until November 2024. So at this time, I'd like to call for nominations from the board for the position of board chair for the year November 2023 to November 2024. Murphy?
I would like to nominate Timothy Dunford.
Accept this nomination.
I will, Mr. Reed. Yes.
I'd like to call for nominations for the position of board chair for a second time. Calling for nominations for the position of board chair for a third and final time. Hearing no further nominations, I declare that Trustee Dunford is elected by acclamation as board chair for the year November 2023 to November 2024. At this time, I'll pass the gavel to Chair Dunford.
Mr. Reed. Both are distinct possibilities, I should say. Well, the trustees, at the risk of keeping us here a few moments longer and guests, permit me a few remarks, if I may, in accepting the position of chair for this year and thanking you for your confidence. I'm pleased that you have expressed confidence in me to continue to lead this board. I have deeply appreciated this board in the past year, and particularly the civility, the respect, the collaboration, the thoughtfulness, optimism, and care that each of you has brought to our work. We are 7 very different people with different life experiences and perspectives, but all of us are committed to the work of public education. And I've known many of you for a very long time, and some not so long, but all of us have important experience in the field of public education, which of course is the cornerstone of everything else in society. And I appreciate too the trustees' relationship with senior executive staff. For this must be healthy and respectful and trusting, and is critically important to the work that we do. So as we continue our work, which is the governance of the school district, including debate, growth individually and collectively, listening, questioning, decision-making, allocating resources, advocacy for more, and ensuring progress in achieving our strategic plan 4 goals. We remember that each of us, each part, each piece, each decision must support a model for individual student success and by extension, the increased success of our community and our society. So thank you for your diligence. Thank you for your confidence in me. And we will continue with the election of the board vice chair for the year November 2023 to November 2024. So I ask for nominations for the position of board vice chair for the period November 2023 to November 2024. For the first time, Trustee Hickman.
Yes, I'd like to nominate Trustee Vanwell.
And Trustee Vanwell, do you accept the nomination?
I do, yes.
Trustee Elder.
Thank you, Chair. With respect to all of my colleagues, including Trustee Vanwell as nominated, I nominate Trustee Silzer for Vice Chair.
Thank you. Trustee Silzer, do you accept the nomination?
I do, thank you.
I will call for nominations for the position of vice chair for this term for a second time. And I'll call for nominations for the position of vice chair for the next year for a third and final time. All right, thank you, trustees. We have 2 candidates, Trustees Vanwell and Trustee Silzer. And Mr. Reid, what will be the process now?
Process this evening will be vote by ballot, so I'll distribute a ballot to each trustee in the room. And the process for Trustee Elder will be to text his vote to me. We will collect the votes, and Superintendent Everland and I will exit the room, and we will count them independently and then prepare a report for the chair on the results.
All right, thank you. And Trustee Elder, you are prepared to cast your vote by text as discussed? Thank you. Mr. Reid, will Trustee Elder's vote be texted to you or to you and the superintendent? Just the secretary treasurer. Okay. Thank you. I wanted to clear on that.
So you want to sing a song for it?
Light entertainment.
Next one.
There's so much trouble, eh?
I'm gonna ask her.
How was she? Good.
Did you not bring cookies?
There's cookies there.
There are.
You know, I don't want to be predictable.
Be predictable, by all means. I don't mind. Didn't get a chance to try those little great roast base cookies I think everybody's ever tasted. I was, yes. Board meeting. Thank you.
Two senior executives. Seven. I don't think it's. We're working. I didn't see anything in that. Are we being recorded?
I wouldn't know. No idea about that. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. They did officially yesterday. Because we had it patched with names because there was all kinds of things on the wall and stuff. Just get in this. It's nice to start it.
You having tea?
Like this, so she has, I forgot. She's here. But then I thought, well, got this great big giant space.
Oh, could I have felt better?
Why would I like to be?
Yeah, probably. I couldn't tell, I see this. Next year.
I'm sure we can work that in some way.
Right, right. Just what's coming out, people are gonna be doing.
Gone from Trustees, I have received the report, and it provides that a total of 7 votes were cast. For Trustee Van Wel, 3 votes, and for Trustee Silzer, 4 votes. So congratulations to Trustee Silzer for her election as Vice Chair for the following. And Trustee Van Wel, thank you for agreeing to stand and participate as a candidate. We will proceed then with the election of the BCPC representative for the board. And I'll ask for nominations for the position of BCPC representative for the year November 2023 to November 2024. Trustee Bennett.
I nominate Trustee Silzer.
Trustee Silzer, do you accept the nomination?
I do.
Thank you. I'll call for nominations for a second time for the position of BCPC representative for the year November 2023 to November 2024. And I'll call for nominations for that position for that time for a third and final time. Hearing no further nominations, I declare Trustee Silzer elected by acclamation as BCPC representative for the year November 2023 to November 2024. Congratulations. Thank you for continuing the good work. We'll then proceed to election of the BCPC alternate representative for the year November 2023 to November 2024. Are there any nominations for the BCPC alternate for that period? Trustee Silzer?
I nominate trustee Manuel.
Trustee Manuel?
No, sorry, Vandal.
Vandal?
Yes,
They are close.
Yeah.
Trustee Vandal, do you accept the nomination?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. I'll call for nominations for the BCPC alternate for a second. I'll call for nominations for the BCPC alternate for a third and final time. Hearing no further nominations, I declare Trustee Vandal elected by acclamation as alternate BCPC representative for the year November 2023 to November 2024. Congratulations. Thank you. Proceeding then, trustees, to the election of the BC STA representative for the year November 2023 to November 2024. I'll call for nominations for the first time. Trustee Hickman.
Thank you, Chair. I'd like to nominate Trustee Manuel.
Trustee Manuel, do you accept the nomination? I'll call for nominations for the BC STA representative for a second time. I call for nominations for the BC STA representative for a third and final time. Hearing no further representations, I declare Trustee Manuel elected by acclamation as BC STA representative. Proceeding then to the alternate position for the BC STA representative for November 23 to November 24. I call for nominations. Trustee Manuel.
I nominate Trustee Hickman.
Trustee Hickman, do you accept the nomination?
Yes, I do.
I call for nominations for a second time for the alternate BC STA representative position. I call for nominations for a third and final time for the alternate BC STA position. Hearing no further nominations, I declare Trustee Hickman elected by acclamation as alternate BC STA representative for the year November 23 to November 24. We then move to our last position, and that's the election of the Vista Vancouver Island School Trustees Association representative for the year November 23 to November 24. I call for nominations for a first time. Trustee Manuel.
I nominate Trustee Hickman.
Trustee Hickman, do you accept the nomination?
Yes, I will.
Thank you. I call for nominations for Vista representative for a second time. I call for nominations for a third and final time. Hearing no further nominations, I declare Trustee Hickman elected by acclamation as Vista representative for the year November 2023 to November 2024. That completes the elections, trustees, but permit me, before we adjourn, to fit some comments, further comments, if I may, briefly under other businesses submitted. And that is my thanks to Trustee McMurphy for her service as vice chair. I will have more to say about this someday soon, but I wanted to take this opportunity to offer special thanks to her. Trustee McMurphy has served a long time on the board and has served as vice chair for 3 years of my past 4 years as chair, and 4 years before that for former chair Martin, for a total of 7 years. A very long time. We can't measure the value of that service. I have deeply valued Elsie's counsel, wisdom, experience, and commitment to best processes and decisions for the board, for us as a board, and for me as a chair, and for the public education system generally. We've all benefited immensely, and so as she leaves the vice chair position to be succeeded by trustee Silzer, I want to thank her for those contributions, and I know that they will continue for the board in her role as trustee. Thank you, trustees. Is there any objection to adjourning this annual general meeting at this time? Hearing none, we are adjourned.
I got some election passes immediately. No, it's fine.